Hello everyone, I'm back with my video on the sample paper of class 10 2021-22 pattern. This is MCQ pattern. I hope this is helpful for you. Let us quickly read the general instructions for doing the paper. Point 1. The question paper contains 3 sections. Section A has got 18 questions. You have to attempt 14 out of them. Section B, that is writing and grammar section, has 12 questions. You have to attempt a total of 10 questions. Section C, literature, has 30 questions. You have to attempt 26 as per specific instructions for each question. All the questions carry equal marks and there is no negative marking. So let us start. This is the reading section. Question number 1 to 10 are based on the given text, that is the passage that is given. Read the text carefully and answer the questions that follow. What is discipline? Is it absolute freedom to do what a person wants? Is freedom regardless of consequences? Does it mean corrective action after a problem occurs or wrong is done? Is it imposition? Is it abuse? Does it take away freedom? The answer is none of the above. Discipline does not mean that a person takes a belt and beats up kids. That is madness. Discipline is loving firmness. It is direction. It is prevention before a problem arises. It is harnessing and channeling energy for great performance. Discipline is not something you do to yourself, but you do for those you care about. Discipline is an act of love. Sometimes you have to be unkind to be kind. Not all medicines are sweet. Not all surgeries are painless. But we have to take them. We need to learn from nature. We are all familiar with that big animal, the giraffe. A mama giraffe gives birth to a baby giraffe standing. All of a sudden the baby falls on the ground from the cushion of mama's womb and sits on the ground. The first thing mama does is to get behind the baby and give him a hard kick. The baby gets up but sits down again. Mama keeps kicking till the baby gets on its feet and starts moving. Why? Because mama knows that the only chance of survival for the baby in the jungle is on its feet. Otherwise, it will be eaten up by wild cats and become dead meat. Children brought up in a loving, disciplined environment end up respecting their parents more and become law-abiding citizens. The reverse is just as true. Good parents are not afraid of momentary dislike of children to enforce the subject. Allowing a child to eat a box of chocolate could lead to sickness. At the same time, the discipline of eating 1 or 2 pieces a day can be an enjoyable experience for a longer time. Our instinct makes us do whatever we want regardless of the consequences. Freedom is not procured by a full enjoyment of what is desired, but the controlling of the desire. Let us quickly do the questions that follow. Every question has got 4 options. 1 is correct. I have solved the paper for you. The ones in blue are the correct option, but let us quickly see what the questions are. What, according to the writer, is not discipline? So, according to the passage, A part, abuse of power. B part, all of these. C part, taking corrective action after a problem occurs. D part, giving absolute freedom regardless of consequences. So if we see the paragraph, abuse of power, taking corrective action after a problem occurs, giving absolute freedom regardless of consequences, all are correct. So the option B, all of these is correct option. Question 2, how can you describe discipline? Option 1, harness and channelize energy for great performance. Number 2, not preventing problems before they arise. Option 3, something you do for the ones you care for. Fourth, love, firmness. Love, firmness. So, according to the passage, we see that options 1, 3 and 4, that is harness and channelize energy for great performance. 3, something you do for the one you care for. And love, firmness. This is the correct answer. Question 3. What is unique about being disciplined? Option A, you have to be unkind to be kind. B, you have to perform a painless surgery. C, you have to hate others. D, you have to be a sweet medicine. The answer A is correct. You have to be unkind to be kind. Question 4. Why do you think a mama giraffe kicks her baby immediately after birth? A part, she wants her baby to fight to other animals. B part, she wants her baby to cry. C part, she wants her baby to help her. D part, she wants her baby to stand up and survive. D part is correct because the baby animal has to be taught survival, and that is the way that a mama giraffe does. We have read in the passage. Question 5. What would happen if the baby giraffe doesn't stand on its feet? A part, it would sleep. B part, it would fall prey to wild animals. C part, it would not be able to walk. D part, it would die because it has just taken birth. So it would fall prey to wild animals. Option B is correct. Question 6. What is the role played by parents in creating law-abiding citizens? Option A, they have to create a loving and disciplined environment. Option B, they have to worry about their child's anger. Option C, they have to super strict and ruthless and be ruthless. D, they have to fulfill all their child's needs. Option A is correct. They have to create a loving and disciplined environment to make their children law-abiding citizens. Question 7. Our dash makes us do whatever we want regardless of the consequences. A part, instinct. B part, determination. C part, freedom. D part, discipline. Option A, instinct, is the correct answer. Question 8. How can one procure freedom in life? Option A, by teaching others about discipline. B part, by controlling one's desires. C part, by fully enjoying life. D part, by being strict but loving parents. Option B, by controlling one's desires, is the correct answer. Question 9. Meaning of the word consequences in para is benefits, problems, outcomes, or drawbacks. Option C, outcomes, is the correct answer. In paragraph 3, the antonym of the word survival is existence, death, life, happiness. The antonym, that is opposite of the word survival, is death. Question 11 to 18 are based on the given text. Let us quickly read the text. Poverty estimation in India. The percentage of the population living below the poverty line in India decreased to 22% in 2011-12 from 37% in 2004-5, according to the data released by Planning Commission in July 2013. This blog presents data on recent poverty estimates and goes on to provide a brief history of poverty estimation in the country. National and state-wise poverty estimate. The Planning Commission estimate levels of poverty in the country on the basis of consumer expenditure surveys conducted by the National Sample Survey Office, that is NSSO, of the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. National poverty estimates percentage below poverty line 1993 to 2012. Let us quickly see what the estimates are. In 1993, in rural it was 94. Then the captions are given on the top, that is year, rural, urban and total. So in 1993 it was 94, rural was 50.1, urban was 31.8 and total was 45.3. In the same way in 2004 It was 5, then 41.8, 25.7, 37.2, 2009, 10, 33.8, 20.9, 29.8, and 2011 it was 12, 25.7, 13.7, and 21.9. The current methodology for poverty estimation is based on the recommendations of an expert group to review the methodology of estimation of poverty, Tendulkar Committee, established in 2005. The committee calculated poverty levels for the year 2004-2005. Poverty levels for subsequent years were calculated on the basis of the same methodology after adjusting for the difference in prices due to inflation. The table shows national poverty levels for the last 20 years using the methodology suggested by Tendulkar Committee. According to these estimates, poverty declined at an average rate of 0.74 percentage points per year between 1993-94 and 2004-2005, and at 2.18 percent point per year between 2004, 2005 and 2011-12. Pre-independence poverty estimates. One of the earliest estimations of poverty was done by Dadabhai Naoroji in his book Poverty and the Un-British Rule in India. He formulated a poverty line ranging from rupees 16 to rupees 35 per capita per year based on 1867-68 prices. The poverty line proposed by him was based on the cost of subsistence diet consisting of rice, flour, dal, mutton, vegetables, ghee, vegetable oil, and salt. Next, in 1938, the National Planning Committee, that is NPC, estimated a poverty line ranging from rupees 15 to rupees 20 per capita per month. Like the earlier method, the NPC also formulated its poverty line based on a minimum standard of living perspective in which nutritional requirements are implicit. In 1944, the authors of the Bombay Plan, that is Thakur Das, 1944, suggested a poverty line of rupees 75 per capita income per year. Post-independence poverty estimates. In 1962, the Planning Commission constituted a working group to estimate poverty nationally, and it formulated separate poverty lines for rural and urban areas of rupees 20 and rupees 25 per capita year respectively. V. M. Dandekar and N. Rath made the first systematic assessment of poverty in India in 1971 based on National Sample Survey data from 1960 to 61. They argued that poverty line must be derived from the expenditure that was adequate to provide 2250 calories per day in both rural and urban areas. This generated debate on minimum calorie consumption norms while estimating poverty and variations in these norms based on age and sex. Now, according to the passage, let's quickly solve the questions. Question 11. The Planning Commission estimates levels of poverty in the country on the basis of A part, after adjusting for the difference in prices due to inflation. B part, consumer expenditure survey conducted by NSSO. C part, surveys conducted by NSSO. D part, expenditure survey conducted by NSSO. So when we look at the passage, we come to know that the B option, consumer expenditure survey conducted by NSSO, is the correct answer. Question 12. According to the passage, the percentage of population living below poverty line in India has decreased up to dash from 2004 to 2005 to 2011-12, and the answer is 15% as according to the passage. Other options are 25, 12 and 13%. Question 13. Like the earlier method, the NPC also formulated its poverty line. The earlier method here means A part, method of conducting a survey of consumer expenditure. B part, the method mentioned by the book Bombay Plan, C part, method formulated by Dadabhai Naoroji, and D part, method formulated by Tendulkar Committee. So the answer C is correct. Question 14. This generated debate on minimum calorie consumption norms while estimating poverty and variations in these norms based on age and sex. This here refers to number 1, a poverty line ranging from rupees 16 to 35 per capita per year. Number 2, a poverty line ranging from rupees 15 to rupees 20 per capita per month. Option 3, poverty lines for rural and urban areas of rupees 30 and rupees 20 and rupees 25 per capita years respectively. And the fourth point is poverty line derived from expenditure that was adequate to provide 2250 calories per day in both rural and urban areas. So answer option 4 is correct. Here option 4 is given in the A part, so A part is correct. Based on the passage, choose the option that lists the statements that are true according to the information. Number 1, in 1962, the Planning Commission constituted a working group to estimate poverty nationally. This is there in the passage. Number 2, the NPC did not formulate its poverty line based on a minimum standard of living perspective in which nutritional requirements are implicit. This is not mentioned in the passage. Option 3. In 1938, the National Planning Commission, that is NPC, estimated a poverty line ranging from rupees 15 to rupees 20 per capita per month. This is there in the passage. Option 4. V.M. Dandekar and N. Rath made the second systematic assessment of poverty in India in 1971. This is not correct. So option A and C given in A part is the correct answer. Question 16. Based on the information given in the passage, choose the correct option. The percentage of population living below the poverty line in India increased to 37% in 2011-12 from 22% in 2004-5. The current methodology of poverty estimation is based on recommendations of Tendulkar Committee. Option 3. Poverty declined at an average rate of 2.18 percentage points per year between 1993-94 and 2004-2005. Option 4. In 1944, the authors of Bombay Plan, Thakurdars, in 1944 suggested a poverty line of rupees 100 per capita per income. Here, option 2 is the correct answer. That is given in the D option. The current methodology for poverty estimation is based on recommendations of Tendulkar Committee. Question 17. Which of the following statements is not substantiated by any information from the passage? A part, the NPC based its poverty estimate calculation on Dadabhai Naoroji's method. Option B, V.M. Dandekar and N. Rath made the first systematic assessment of poverty in India in 1971 based on NSS data from 1960 to 61. Option C, in 1962, the Planning Commission formulated separate poverty lines for rural and urban areas of rupees 20 and rupees 25 per capita per year respectively. D part, in 1938, the National Planning Committee, that is NPC, estimated a poverty line ranging from rupees 15 to rupees 20 per capita per month. Here, the first option is not substantiated by any information in the passage. So option 1, that is given in A1, A topic, A point is the correct. Question 18. V.M. Dandekar and N. Rath made the first systematic assessment of poverty in 1971 based on, here the options are National Sample Survey, data from 1960 to 61, NSS data from 1960 to 71, NSS data from 1950 to 61, NSS data from 1960 to 70. Option A is the correct answer. Now is the time to start grammar. Question 19. Because I dash a long way from my work, I dash lots of time going to and from work. Option A, have been living, wasted. Option B, live, waste. Option C, lived, have wasted. Option D, am living, have been wasting. Option B is correct because I live a long way from my work. I waste lots of time going to and from work. Question 20. Last week was very wet, but it dash once yet this week. Option A, has not rained. Option B, have not rained. Option C, did not rain. Option D, is not raining. Option A, has not rained is the correct answer. Question 21. I dash bought them if you had lent me some money. So here we have the conditional if. So let us quickly see the options because this thing has not taken place. The writer wants, the speaker wants to say that it could have been possible if the condition was that. So that means it was not possible right now. A part might have, B part may have, C part must have, D part ought to have. We all know the functions of all these modals. May is for good possibility, must is compulsion, ought is for moral obligation. So here might have is the correct answer, which gives the weak possibility option. Question 22. Each candidate dash fill in these forms and sign them. We have done subject verb agreement, subject verb concord, and we know wherever we have each, every, one, then a singular verb continue is followed by it. Here each candidate options are has to, were to, are to, have to. B, C and D all are plural ones. Option A, has to, is the correct answer. Question 23. Choose the correct reported speech of the given sentence. Does she know Robert? He wanted to know. Option A, he wants to know if she knew Robert. B part, he wanted to know if she knows Robert. C part, he wanted to know if she has known Robert. D part, he wanted to know if she knew Robert. Here, because we have does in between, so it is obvious that in between we have to put if or whether. Since does is present tense, whenever we convert reported speech from one speech to another, from direct to indirect, we always convert the present to past. So the option D is the correct answer. He wanted to know if she knew Robert. Knew is the past tense form of know. Question 24. Heavy fines and jail sentences have been made dash difference in preventing elephant poaching for their tusks. Few, none of these, a little. D part is much. Here the correct option is much because difference can be many. It is an uncountable word. So much is the uncountable determiner that will be used here. Let us do the writing part. Question number 25 to 30 are based on a given text. Read the text carefully and answer the questions. A company ordered, this is a business letters question, a company ordered some 2000 units of laser jet printers for its office used to a supplier, but it received incomplete delivery. Only 1750 units were received. You are writing a business complaint letter on behalf of the company. Question 25. What would you express through your letter? A part, grievances. B part, dissatisfaction. C part, details of the product. D part, abuse the supplier. We are not going to show any dissatisfaction, or we are not going to give any details. Neither we will abuse the supplier. We are going to show grievances. This is complaint. We are grieving, so we are complaining. Question 26. The transitional words which you will avoid using in your letter. Now this is a business complaint letter. As such can be used in between. B part is hello. Hello is not used in business letters, and especially when it is a complaint letter. C part in addition can be used. D part furthermore can be used. So hello is the option which we will not use. So the correct option here is B part. Question 27. What will be the purpose of this prompt? I regret to dash that your company was not able to follow the said agreement. So here we are not persuading anyone, we are not offending anyone, we are not entertaining anyone. So the B part, we will inform. So here the correct option is I regret to inform. Question 28. Which of the following is not necessary to mention in the opening paragraph? A part, number of units ordered or received. B part, transaction code. C part, your name. D part, date of delivery. Because it is a business complaint letter, A, B and D can be used. In fact, they are used because we are referring according to these details to a person. Our name is not important over here. Our name will be written at the bottom. Question 29. Choose the correct closure and salutation which you will use in your letter. Here closure will be first and salutation is later. So let's see the options. A part, yours sincerely, sir, madam. B part, none of these. C part, yours faithfully, dear, sir, madam. D part, see you later, Mr. Mrs. XYZ. So here the correct option is A, yours sincerely, sir, madam. Because this is an official letter, we are not going to write any dear or anything. So it is sir, madam. So A part is correct. Question 30. On what occasion a business complaint letter is written? When a consumer is dissatisfied. Number 2, when the supplier does not deliver the correct product. Option 3, when the product you ordered for you think is overpriced. Option D, when the consumer service is bogus. So here option D is the correct, where option 1, 2 and 4 are the correct reasons for writing a complaint letter. Option C, option 3 is not correct because about pricing, we already asked the quotation before giving the order. So this is not the correct statement. Let us quickly do the literature questions. Question number 31 to 35 are based on a given text. Read the text carefully and answer the questions. It was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion when I discovered as a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me, that I began to hunger for it. At first, as a student, I wanted freedom only for myself, the transitory freedom of being able to stay out at night, read what I pleased, and go where I chose. Later, as a young man in Johannesburg, I yearned for the basic and honorable freedoms. Question 31. The title that best suits this extract is A part, Significance of Freedom. B part, Realization of Freedom. C part, Freedom for Everything. D part, Knowledge about Freedom. So here this extract is taken from the chapter of Nelson Mandela, and here option A, when a person is restricted from doing anything, it is at that time he realizes the significance of freedom. So A part is the correct option. Question 32. Why do you think the speaker mentions some freedoms as transitory? Transitory means momentary or temporary. A part, freedom is not that important after a certain age. B part, freedom means different things to different people. C part, definition of freedom is constant but perspectives differ. D part, freedoms are momentary and keep changing with time. This is the correct option. Momentary means transitory, that is temporary. Question 33. Choose the option that best fits the usage of the word illusion as used in the extract. A part, a large mirror in the room creates an illusion. B part, I was living under the illusion that this is possible. C part, the illusion I experienced was quite intriguing. D part, he was never able to get past the illusion. Here B option is the correct option. Question 34. The speaker says, at first as a student I wanted freedom only for myself. Why do you think he only thought about himself? A part, he didn't want to think about freedom denied to others. B part, he was too young to realize that freedom was denied to others as well. C part, he didn't think that freedom denied to him was important for others. D part, he was being selfish and was only bothered about himself. We all have read the chapter Nelson Mandela, and we come to know that when he was young, it was at that time he understood that the freedoms, the restrictions that were put on him were also put on the others too. So option B is correct. Before that, he did not realize about this. Question 35. A part of the extract has been paraphrased. Choose the option that includes the most appropriate solution to the blanks in the given paraphrase of the extract. The speaker's belief about freedom since childhood proved false. It was not until the speaker grew up to be a young man when it dash on him that he was dash of freedom. Then he began dash it. A part, desired, dawned and depriving. B part, dawned, deprived and desiring. C part, arrived, deprived and dawned. D part, dawned, arrived and desiring. If we read the chapter, we know that option B is the correct answer. The statement is the speaker's belief about freedom since childhood proved false. It was not until the speaker grew up to be a young man when it dawned on him that he was deprived of freedom. Then he began desiring it. Questions 36 to 40 are based on the given text. Read the text carefully and answer the questions that follow. All I think about when I am with friends is having a good time. I can't bring myself to talk about anything but ordinary everyday things. We don't seem to be able to get any closer, and that's the problem. Maybe it's my fault that we don't confide in each other. In any case, that's just how things are, and unfortunately, they are not liable to change. This is why I started the diary. So this is from the Diary of Anne Frank. Let's quickly see the questions. Question 36. What are Anne's views on friends? A part, that they are not very nice. B part, that they were mean. C part, that she wasn't close with any of them. D part, that they were unnecessary. Option C is the correct answer because she mentions that she was not close with any of them. Question 37. Explain unfortunately they are not liable to change. A part, she couldn't be able to confide in her friends. B part, her friends were not likely to change. C part, the situation was not likely to change. D part, both the situation was not likely to change and she couldn't be able to confide in her friends. Here option D is the correct answer. Question 38. What is Anne's fault? A part, that she makes them feel bad about themselves. B part, that she is blunt. C part, that she seems too rigid. D part, that she and her friends don't share secrets. Here option D is again, D part is correct. Question 39. Why did Anne think she would confide more in her diary than in people? A part, because it was her only companion. B part, because she could write better than she could speak. C part, because it was her only true friend. D part, because then no one will know her feelings. Here C part is the correct answer. Question 40. Why did Anne think that paper has more patience than people? A part, all of these. B part, because it never judges. C part, because it never shows disinterest. D part, because it is better than people at keeping a secret. Here option A, that is all of these, is correct. All of the options B, C and D are right about the paper. Question number 41 to 45 are based on given text. Read the text carefully and answer the questions. I would not intrude on him. A dime another ball is worthless. Now he senses first responsibility in a world of possessions. Question 41. Who does he refer to? He refers to A part poet, B part boy, C part boy's father, D part boy's friend. Here the answer is B part the boy. Question 42. What does the poet mean by first responsibility? A part, to be happy in every situation. B part, to look after his things properly. C part, none of these. D part, to not cry after losing anything. Here the first responsibility here is to look after his things properly. So B part is the correct answer. Question 43. The boy is suffering from a sense of number A, guilt, number 2, relief, number 3, satisfaction, number 4, D is loss. So the boy, when he loses his ball and the ball goes into the water, he has the first sense of realization about his responsibility and then a sense of loss. So here D part, loss, is the correct answer. Question 44. Money or another ball is dash for the boy. A part, none of these. B part, worthless. C part, valuable. D part, precious. Money or another ball was worthless for the child. Question 45. Which word from the stanza means money? A part, intrude. B part, worthless. C part, dime. D part, possession. So here money is referred to dime. Question number 46 to 50 are based on the given text. Read the text carefully and answer the questions. Anil was watching a wrestling match when I approached him. He was about 25, a tall, lean fellow, and he looked easygoing, kind, and simple enough for my purpose. I hadn't had much luck of late and thought I might be able to get into the young man's confidence. You look a bit of a wrestler yourself, I said. A little flattery helps in making friends. Question 46. According to the extract, the young boy was watching the wrestling match because he loved wrestling and followed it very closely. B part was looking for simple people to dupe. C part had been invited there by the wrestlers. D part was supposed to meet someone there. Answer B is correct. He was looking for simple people to dupe so that he could steal from them or could start working in them, could deceive them in some way or the other, and then take away money from them. So answer B. Question 47. I hadn't had much luck of late means that the boy hadn't A part been successful in duping people lately. B part considered the role of fate in deceiving others. C part ever conned people successfully. D part understood the consequences of thievery till date. Here A part is the correct option. That means he had not been successful in duping people lately. Lately means recently, in the recent past. Question 48. I might be able to get into the young man's confidence. Choose the option that does not display what the statement meant. A part, he wanted to be able to spend quality time with them. B part, he wanted to win his trust. C part, he wanted him to feel comfortable revealing more details about himself. D part, he wanted him to share his thoughts without caution. Here the answer A part is the correct option, where it does not display what the statement means. That is, he wanted to be able to spend quality time. He did not want to spend quality time with him. So A part is the correct answer. Question 49. Anil looked easygoing, kind and simple to the narrator. Which of the given characteristic would not fit in with this description? A part, uncomplicated. B part, compassionate. C part, suave. D part, carefree. So answer C is the correct answer. Question 50. Based on the line, a little flattery helps in making friends. Choose the option that displays the quote closest in the meaning. Number 1. Imitation is the best form of flattery. people generally understand that my comedy is not intended to hurt anybody. Number 2, I know imitation is the highest form of flattery, but stealing one's identity is totally different. Number 3, nothing is so great an example of bad manners as flattery. If you flatter all the company, you please none. If you flatter only one or two, you offend the rest. Option 4, one may define flattery as base companionship that is most advantageous to the flatterer. So option 4 is the correct answer, and here option 4 is D. Question 51. How much money did Lencho find in the envelope? A part, half of what he had asked. B part, 100 pesos. C part, 70 pesos. D part, none of these. We all know he had asked for 100 pesos, but the postmaster was able to collect 70 pesos, and so Lencho had found 70 pesos in the envelope. Option C is the correct answer. Question 52. What is the meaning of perish in the poem Fire and Ice? Here perish means A part die, B part rise, C part glow, D part bloom. Here perish means to get destroyed or to die. So here A part is the correct answer. Question 53. Who is the author of the first chapter of two stories about flying? The chapter that is on the seagull. Here the options are A. Frederick Forsyth, B part Liam O'Flaherty, C part John Berryman, D part Walt Whitman. The answer is B part Liam O'Flaherty. Question 54. Why did not Maddie write to Peggy in the first place? A part, she realized Wanda deserved it. B part, she did not really care. C part, she thought Peggy was right in teasing Wanda. D part, she was afraid she would be the next to get teased. So option D is the correct answer. This is from the chapter 100 Dresses. Question 55. What is meant by dust of snow? Here, according to the poem, A part, flakes of snow. B part, ray of hope. C part, all of these. D part, natural joy and enthusiasm. If we, on the whole, look at the poem, dust of snow means all the three, that is flakes of snow, ray of hope, natural joy and enthusiasm. So answer C, all of these is the correct answer. Question 56. How many deputy presidents were elected in the chapter Long Walk to Freedom of Nelson Mandela? A part 2, B part 3, C part none of these, D part 1. Here 2 deputy presidents were elected. So A part 2 is the correct answer, where Clark and Mbeki were elected as first and the second presidents. Question 57. Who is the poet of the poem A Tiger in the Zoo? A part, Rabindranath Tagore. B part, William Butler Yeats. C part, Leslie Norris. D part, Walt Whitman. Here the answer is C, Leslie Norris. Question 58. What is the meaning of bewildered in the chapter Footprints Without Feet? Bewildered means confused, perplexed. So let us see the options. A part, confused. B part, puzzled. C part, perplexed. D part, all of these. All the three, A part, B part and C part, mean the same. So answer D is the correct option, all of these. Question 59. A queer way to earn money. What is the meaning of the word queer in the chapter The Thief's Story? A part, illegal. B part, strange. C part, famous. And D part, rare. Here the word queer from the chapter The Thief's Story means strange, because he says he used to earn money in fits and starts. Question 60. What was the dog unable to play? From the poem A Triumph of Surgery, we are talking about the dog Tricky, and he was not able to play. A part, ring through. B part, all of these. C part, walk. D part, hide and seek. So here the option is ring through, because the gardener was not able to come. He was unwell. He had a problem in his lumbar. I hope this video was helpful to you. You were able to understand all the questions. We'll come back with next video We'll do lots and lots before your paper starts. All the best. Prepare well. Goodbye. Take care.